Is that working? Oh, there we go. I selected. I didn't have the right one selected. All right, now you can do your intro. Welcome
to the wonderful world of HungryHeath. I promise I don't have this many problems. I am not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I've studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in food. I love to cook. One thing I love more than cooking is my wife's sensation Shelly steak. Together we're hosts, which you're watching right now, which is usually the Friday night feast. But tonight is a special edition, a traumatic event, and we're not actually cooking tonight. I actually already ate beforehand, so I can clear some of this out of the way. And we're using the camera on the laptop so we can show y'all. And
that's why it's a little weird looking.
And I have my camera that we usually use on my mini tripod, but it's too far away. We were trying to travel as light as possible. We didn't bring our standard tripod with us for some reason. It doesn't take up that much room. It flat packs. We should have regarded. But anyways, so that's why this is a little different. And we might actually be cutting this short because she's going to be randomly checking her phone. Because we're a member of the Facebook group for our neighborhood. And several people are commenting and saying that they have power now. And so the only way we can check remotely is by our Ring camera, our doorbell cam.
Yeah.
You done with that?
Yeah, I'm done. I just thought maybe this would be easier.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we just have to keep checking it to see if we do actually have power again. And plus, once the power's on, it still takes a few minutes for the internet to actually kick in, and then we can access the doorbell.
Right, but so far it sounds like it's mostly the front of the subdivision and the north side of the subdivision. So I haven't seen we're like in the middle of our subdivision. So I haven't seen anybody yet say our area, and I know a lot of times, we're on a different guess section or grid. Then like so far everybody who's commented, I'm like, yeah, when our power is out, theirs might be on, or vice versa. So they have. I don't know. I don't hear anything. How is it for y'all?
Yeah, I keep hearing you
say y'all. Oh, how is it for y'all?
Now I really hear it.
Yeah. All right. But, we learned a lot this past week.
What not to do?
Well, because I saw something interesting earlier that somebody was asking. They said, hey, if you have a generator or whatever, do you still have Wi-Fi? And, yeah, they said Spectrum, no. But then they said that AT&T Fiber, which is what we have, that they have excellent connection as long as they have the generator. So if everybody that had the fiber is still doing it, then we should be good with the Wi-Fi or with internet. So it's just, I know it takes, whenever the power has gone off, it takes the AT&T, about 5 or so minutes to finally connect again. But I was just noticing, I don't know if it was already like that, but look, where you're taking the backpack, you see it's leaning, it's like coming off the wall. I just noticed because I'm sitting right here, y'all. No, that's just how it is. Yeah. Okay.
Well, because also the one of the towel racks in the bathroom is falling too.
Right.
It was like when we got here though. I wasn't trying to do chin-ups off of it.
Right. And we heard that not in our subdivision, another one, a few subdivisions down, somebody got their generator stolen today.
Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing. I'm just saying it's just like ridiculous. But we've learned a lot, and really the community coming together and everything. And people were having cookouts. There's a lot of area restaurants that have been offering people like Gringos, y'all that have been to Gringos. They were saying that they're opening at 4 p.m. today. Y'all can't stay whole time because dogs. Oh, we might have a special visitor.
Tell her what room we're in. So
yeah, that's what she just asked.
Yeah. But we have to clear a spot because there's only 2 chairs in this room. So she's gonna have to either bring her own chair. I told her last night she can bring her own chair, or she's gonna have to sit on the cooler, or maybe the bed. That's what's weird too. This hotel, and we got 2 queen beds, and this is a suite.
Yeah. Well, they're all suites. They're candlewood suites.
Yeah.
But
So what happened was, let's fill them in on the whole story then.
Okay.
So 7 o'clock, around
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Monday, it was around 7 or so. Because I usually get up around 6:30, sometimes sooner. It depends on what the kind of mood the dogs are in, if they wake me up earlier or not. So
Oh, Brian's in here.
Brian, BSM?
Yeah, BSM. Hey,
What's
Brian.
up, brother?
So we don't know
about
yet.
an hour south of us.
We don't
He had
know.
power before us.
Yeah, we don't know if we have power yet, Brian. We know that people in our subdivision are getting power. So let's hope, right?
So about 7 a.m. Monday morning, I was making her coffee and fixing my breakfast and feeding the dogs. I just fed the dogs, and a light started flickering. And then about 5 minutes later, I lost all power. And it went out for a little bit, and then it came back, and it finally went out totally. And it's been out ever since. Well, y'all know I can't handle the heat. And she sleeps with a machine. She has what's it called, a CPAP machine. So that's why almost necessity for us to get a hotel when things like this happen. So that's what we're doing. And then none of the hotels in our area, if they did have rooms, they didn't have power. So it makes no sense to go there. So we ended up driving out to College Station and spent, 2 nights? 3 nights.
Yeah, we spent 2 nights at College Station. And basically, I saw where I could have booked the room, and I should have paid attention because it said like just a few rooms left. But I feel like a lot of times they say that on websites. And I was like, well, I'll do it because we were out and about. And I was like, well, I'll do it when we're back at the hotel where I know I have a good connection or a secure connection. But by the time I got to the hotel, they were sold out for the rest of the week. So then we were looking around, and
we went to the desk and asked them to confirm, so we're actually booked. We gave your room away.
Yeah, they were fully booked, and it was either we could go to Austin, San Antonio, Waco, or down here near Corpus. So we're right near Renee. So I was like, well, we've been wanting to see somebody's house.
And
so
you really did do us a solid.
Yeah, and so we reached out to Renee, and we were like, hey, what do you think if we came where you're at? Because I saw there was a Candlewood Suites in the actual little town she's at. And I was like,
less than 10 minutes away from her, too.
Like 3 minutes, she said.
Oh, that's
3 minutes from her house. And she was like, well, heck yeah, come on. And I was like, and if we come, can we bring some of our food from the freezer? Like, do you have any room in your freezer?
I'm sure what we have.
So that's bring it up closer. This is the dog food that we get. You can spin it around to show the label. This is the dog food.
It's cold.
Beef blend. This is what we get for the dogs.
It's like a 3-pound?
No, that's a 5-pound log. And we had, because I just picked it up like not even 2 weeks ago, all of their dog food. So we had, I think it was...
We have 8 more in the freezer.
8. So we had like 16 logs, which is about $300 worth of dog food. And I was like, look, do you have any space in your freezer?
Mm-hmm.
And Renee, she busted her butt trying to get room in her freezer just for our stuff, y'all. So she made us a lot of room. So we went back to, so that was Wednesday or Tuesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday we went back to our house. We used 3 coolers?
Yeah.
3.
One installed in our house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So basically 3.5 coolers because we have a little mini cooler too.
Uh-huh.
And we filled it up with all of the perishable foods that we could.
We still have that one too.
Yeah, that's the half, right?
Yeah.
So all of the perishable foods that we could. The stuff in our deep freeze most of it was still pretty frozen, like the brisket was still rock solid. And so what we did, I couldn't fit the brisket though, y'all. We were really sad about that. Hey, she's driving.
I hope when we get there, if it started to thaw, worst case, we can pull it out and just go ahead and trim it up and throw it on the smoker.
Yeah.
That'd be the best way to save it. Because I did have to throw away a turkey.
So at the bottom of our freezer, like we keep saying we've been trying to work our deep freeze down, because at the very bottom there was 2 pork butts that had there was, I don't know what happened, water spilled or something, but there was a block of ice covering all of the 2 pork butts down at the, like, solid ice, right? So what I did before we left, because that ice was still solid and the pork butts are still wedged in there, so what I did is I put a quarter on top of that ice, and then I packed everything that was left, and we had thankfully thought ahead, and we had put all of our water bottles, like we had, like, I don't know, 24 water bottles, plastic ones. We had already put those all in the freezer before the storm to take up any room that we could. So most of them were still, there was like 3 that had already like thawed, and we just took those with us, but all of the other ones were still solid frozen. So I put the rest of it and shoved all of those ice like on top the water bottles, and then the ice for the bottom. So I'm hoping, since that was at 48 hours and it was still solid, I'm just hoping, we don't know, we'll see. But I did the quarter trick to see if, hopefully we'll be able to
tell.
Yeah, so I haven't gotten the comments, Renee, but I see she's the meat sitter this week. That's hilarious. Thank you, Renee. You are.
Did she change her name to that?
Yes.
The meat sitter?
The meat sitter. That's hilarious. So yeah, we'll see. I'll lift everything up and see where that quarter is. That should help us know.
But I want to brag on this hotel.
Okay, so we are IHG members. We're Platinum Elite. We're not the Diamond, which is the very top. We're Platinum.
Cool. I didn't notice it until today, or until we got to this hotel. They actually have reserved parking for those people.
Yeah, but we're Platinum, so at least, I guess the benefit is we at least have, we're getting points for this. So, we're going to try to use them next year during the road trip. So at least we're getting some points.
But I thought also when we signed in and get here, they give us free water. They didn't do it this time.
No, it's, you either get a welcome amenity or points. So I've been telling them all week, give us the points.
That's what it's either or, not both.
Right. So I've just been like, what? Yeah, I was like, I don't need a bottle of water. Let's just get the points, because then we can use that.
That makes sense.
So yes, but yeah. So the reason I like Candlewood, one, they're almost always pet friendly.
Yes.
Holiday Inn Express is not always pet friendly.
You have to double check and read the fine print.
They're always pet friendly, and they actually have a full kitchen, so you kind of see the background.
I hate that word though.
Well, compared to most hotels, this is a full kitchen, but we've got a full-size microwave. It's a mini dishwasher, but they give you all the cookware, plates, bowls, coffee mugs, soup mugs, glasses, and then, it's not like a big a fridge as our fridge, but it is, at least it's got a full-size freezer.
It's not a dorm-size fridge.
Right, which those don't really have a freezer. Right. So that's the other reason, because then we have this freezer completely stocked, plus Renee, so, and then we've been trying to do everything we can to eat as much, not like, gorging ourselves, but,
instead of going out to eat, we're cooking up.
Yes.
Stuff.
Instead of we did go out to eat, was it Monday night?
Yeah.
Because we were just like, we have had a day, we're going to go, and I think we ended up going to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
But then after that, we were like, this is silly to go out to eat. We've got this food. We need to eat it. And
because
that's
as we're eating this stuff down, we don't have to bring it back.
Right. And it's been really good. So in my warden report, I've been sharing that. I know I didn't put out one this week.
It was just It was
too much. But definitely. So next week will be a 2-week special.
What I really like about this place too, every camp where we stay at, they always have a lifting area.
Yeah.
And right now we've checked out their crock pot. We made a roast in that. We in the past we've gotten an air fryer, a toaster oven.
We got the scale because we forgot the scale.
We forgot to bring the scale
Monday for the dog food because we weigh out how much to give each one, and Delilah gets different than Sam. And so they had a scale that we could check out, and we did that.
Every other one we've ever been to, it's cabinets or built in with glass doors. You see what all's in there, so you can pick up your mind. But this one here is kind of different. It's this big giant closet, and then they just open the door and tell me to go and get what I need.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool though, but
and free laundry.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. We just did our laundry today, totally free.
Yeah, you just have to supply your soap.
Yeah. They sell here, but there's $3 a box for a single use.
Yeah.
So we went to the store and got some pods.
Which I meant to, and I forgot to put it on the list because we do the little wash sheets. They're called Earth Breeze.
Oh yeah.
Let me know if you use those too. If not, I know I have a referral link, but it's just sheets of detergent, and we use a half a sheet. That's all you need. And so I meant to bring those because that would have been a lot easier and flat packed. But there is a little HEB in this town, so we went there and they had some Tide Pods on sale for $1.50 off.
I had to get down on my hands and knees and dig around the very back of the aisle, the very back of the wall to find they had 2 left.
Yeah, but it was like $3, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
And that's what it is here for single use versus here we get a bag of it.
I know. So we've got plenty of detergent.
Yeah.
But
that's good though, because we just take it home and use it.
Right, and it's nice just to use. It's just what's cool is the room we got.
Yeah.
I always put on our preferences for Candlewood or any IHG is to be ground floor near exit. So they have us right around the corner from the exit in the ice machine, and we're directly across from the guest laundry room. So it's just real easy. When he did the laundry, you just walk right. Like it's right on the other side of that door.
What's really cool too is you even have a laundry basket in your room.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat.
I know. So yeah, let's read some comments, y'all. Lisa is here. She said special hotel edition. Yes. And then Sharon said Heath and Shelly have proven they can cook anywhere, anytime.
It's called a can. The way I was taught, my grandfather used to tell me, there's no such thing as can't, just can't hardly. Because it's a can-do attitude.
Yep. Exactly. This is at the beginning. Mom Bear Lynette said, hello, Shelly. Your audio's not on. Hi, Mom Bear Lynette. And Sean said, hello. Glad to see proof of life from you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing.
Lisa's in there, right?
Yeah.
Thank you again, Lisa. You're the one who drew. I got word that I needed to make that post. So that was because of you. So thank you.
No, Renee's just giving an update. She'll be here. Barely begun. Hey, Coda. And again, thank y'all so much. Just having the chat so active this week has really helped.
And letting me cry on your shoulders with all this center point BS.
Right. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just been so nice. The only thing is, like my job, I'm just so impressed with my company I work for. They already paid me. I missed 3 days of work, so I was able to work yesterday and today. I brought my laptop. I usually work with 3, but today I worked with yesterday and today just my 1 laptop, so it makes it a little more challenging. Especially if if you work with multiple monitors. To go to 1 monitor, it's like, oh, how do people do this? But still helped a lot, and I was able to work yesterday and today, but they already paid me. Well, it'll be in my check, but they paid me for the 3 days I missed because it was considered an emergency and not, outside of my control. So that was paid. But Heath's job, so far, he's like, no. There's, you basically have to use PTO, but because he hasn't been there a year, he barely has, the PTO he used yesterday originally was for the we were supposed to go to his sister's wedding, and that was the only PTO. So the only day he got paid this week was for Thursday. So that's the only thing. His manager, though, he did reach out to him because there is some kind of like fund you could go and apply for. Like you have to apply for it. And his manager is still working on that to see what they could do. So I'm hoping.
Because I called them and tried to get it set up into it. They straight told me I need my supervisor or an HR rep needs to submit it for me on my behalf. So
right.
I've been constantly talking with him about it.
Yeah, so he's working on it. So
my
I
boss
hope.
Is amazing.
But his boss was like, "Look, Heath's payday is next Friday," and he's like, "Look, it won't be in for your paycheck next Friday. I can promise you that." He's like, "But I am working on it to see what we can do." So fingers crossed they do, y'all, because that's a whole week of pay. That's a big hit. So. We'll see. Plus all of the hotel expenses. So, but we'll see what happens. It'd just be nice to have that. So, just another reason to have the emergency fund. It was like, oh, I just got that built up and now using it, right? That's sad. Now I have to work on building it back up again. Tweety Cat's here. Hey, she goes, I knew there would be a live tonight no matter what. They streamed their Friday night feast from their car before. Shelly and Heath, you rock. Aw. Here's the cameras over here. Oh, okay.
I just don't want them to see me crying.
Aw.
And I'm so used to looking at my phone, so that's what I'm doing.
I know, but then look here.
I know.
But yes, thank y'all. Well, it's for us. This
it's therapeutic, honestly.
Well, and we want to see y'all. See y'all online, and this is really a highlight of our week. So it's kind of like, why would we want to miss, our Friday dinner date with y'all?
Right.
But it's just like, oh. So of course we try to do whatever we can to go live.
And then I'm gonna, we're talking about it. I'm gonna grab my phone here in a minute, and kind of give y'all a little tour of the hotel. And we got a little funny story for you. I'll show you here in a minute about the AC.
Oh, yeah. Gigi's here. Hey, Gigi said good evening, everyone.
Howdy.
Oh, see ya.
Do they need to go out?
Probably, but that takes both of us.
Well, no. We'll do it when Renee gets here.
Oh, gosh. Tweet Q Cat said, it's all good. We're just glad you're here tonight. Oh, thank you. Hey,
wait.
Stop. He's like right at arm's length here. Lynette said, I'm just thankful y'all are safe and are able to be in a place with air conditioning.
Me too.
Yeah, especially with Heath. One of the things is with his MS that he has noticed is the heat really gets to him. Mm-hmm. And like Monday, we cooked out on Monday because tell them what you did Monday for our lunch, remember? Remember you used that one device and hooked it up to
yeah. Because actually, BSM's in here. My buddy, I've told y'all seen him here before. He helped me rig it up. It's a single burner propane cooker. It's like we used to use it when we would do our fried turkeys back in the day. We converted over. So I have years ago we bought a paella pan. It's a giant cast iron skillet. We just threw that on there and just cooked a whole bunch of burgers and dogs.
Yeah.
And we set it in the garage, and it was.
Yeah, we set it up in the garage, and we, just cooked up that. Ow, Delilah, that hurts.
We don't pay attention to it.
And so we were able to eat there, but just sitting out there. And Monday was actually still pretty cool because all of the wind and everything. It was still in the 70s, but it was already. I could tell it was already getting the heat because it was starting to get wobbly. So yeah, I was just like, oh, could you imagine? So. And the other thing is the insulation of the house.
Yes.
Like when we were there Wednesday, inside it said it was still 78. And I was talking to my neighbor. Now she was leaving her garage and front door open. And oh my gosh,
What?
Sherry, thank you
What?
so much. She
What?
just sent us $4.
Aw, thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
so sweet.
Aw.
But I was talking to my
Next door neighbor.
next door neighbor, and she was telling me, she was like, oh, I don't know if it is. That's right. And I said, no, like you could tell when you walk in the house, it actually feels a lot cooler than it does outside. And Wednesday was in the 90s.
While I was running around getting everything packing up, because we came home, repacked a few more things, grabbed a few more items, and we packed up all the food and we took to Renee's. It start messing with me.
Yeah.
I started getting,
you have to really sit
around.
down a whole lot. So
I started getting kind of warm in there, but I think I was just because I'm so active.
right, and I think I just want to go back and say, like with Lynette, I'm just so glad everybody that we know that is in the Houston area,
Yes.
like all of our personal friends and all of y'all that live in this area. I'm just so glad that everybody is safe and sound.
Yes,
you
that
know,
too.
because we heard of some people who sadly passed away. I think we have a visitor.
Hold on. Stay. Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
And then there was some, quite a few homes in our area that trees fell on it. You can sit in the chair if they let you. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I haven't seen it so long. Oh my gosh.
That's Renee, everybody. If you haven't met Renee, or I'm sorry, meat sitter.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. And Sharon said, Friday night hangout. Yes, thank you. Oh, there it is. And this is, we went today because my boss let us go 30 minutes early. She was like, oh, since we're finally caught up, right? She was like, if y'all want to use PTO and leave 30 minutes earlier, you can. So we did. And Renee suggested this coffee shop right here in town called The Addiction. If Shauna is in here, don't you love that name? The Addiction. So we went there. He has been getting a cherry watermelon green tea, all sugar-free. And then I got today a breve with 4 shots and sugar-free brown sugar, cinnamon, and salted caramel. And it's really good, y'all. Lisa said, I'll cross my fingers. Hello, y'all. Thank you, Lisa. And then Mom Bear Lynette, keep in mind, even if you have electricity, the Wi-Fi in the Houston area is still crappy. Yeah, probably the Wi-Fi is for sure.
Hey!
Are you teasing him again?
Another cool thing she did for me is got me a koozie for my Dutch Bros. But turns out the Addiction, I'll use the same cup, same size.
Oh my goodness. They're really excited. Shot said, it's fine. Thank you. Lisa said fiber would still work. Well, and that was actually my question too, because I was like, well, even if we got a generator with power, would the Wi-Fi work? Because the main thing would be, what's the point if we can't work, right? And so then when somebody started that thread, and several people were like, no, the AT&T fiber, they never lost connection as long as they had power in the house. I was like, okay, that's good to know. Brenda F is here. Hey, Brenda, how are you? And BSM said, this answers my questions if y'all got power back yet, right? And then Lisa said, do you think y'all get a generator after this experience?
I want to get one. We're going to have them come out and look at it and give us a quote.
Well, and one of my neighbors, I was talking to her on Monday or Tuesday, and she said for hers, it costs like $13,000.
That's why we.
But she does have a pool, and so she was like, it costs more because of the pool. So I already kind of have looked before, and it's like $10,000.
And our whole house is electric, so we won't even.
Yeah, because we have a fully.
Gas and everything,
Yeah, we have a fully electric, and what I've heard is the gas line, like it's on the main street, which is good since we're on the main street, but then you have to have them put the gas line from the street to wherever they're going to hook up the generator and then throughout the house. So it's like, would be costly for that. So not only buying the generator, but having them hook everything up. So I don't know. I mean, would we like to? Yes, but 10,000.
Then I'm also thinking if we're gonna do all that, we probably need a propane tank in the backyard, like the big ones. So it would be the fuel for the generator.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I mean, we could get somebody to come out and give us an estimate.
That's what we need to do.
Another one I've seen.
Yeah. Kind of you do like when you have a trailer home. You have that, yeah.
The big, massive.
Yeah, the
Right.
big, the ones
And
they take and use and turn them into barbecue pits.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, did we want?
Yes, we do.
But
This is expensive too, though.
right. Well, I was thinking last night, I was like doing the math, and I was like, it basically, after about 5 years, we would be the ROI on it.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
As often as we lose power in that neighborhood, that's what I was telling you earlier too. Is we need to put in the next live we do. Will they have power this week?
Right. And then somebody else I saw was there was another one. It's kind of like where you can, do a few devices, and I think it's like a solar powered one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we do get a lot of sun. But
I had a gas one that could power quite a bit.
Yeah.
In Florida, and it was enough that I could power the whole kitchen, the AC, and a vacuum.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I could switch if I wanted to do the laundry. I could switch it over.
Yeah.
And it was affordable enough for that. So I mean, you don't have to.
Oh.
You can do something like that, or you can do something that does the minimal. Not the minimal. I mean, there's some that don't even do an AC, but I got to do the AC. And
Wow.
so,
Yeah, my main thing would be the AC and the refrigerator freezers.
Yeah, that's what we did with the
But
AC.
the one you had, did it take gasoline?
And
See,
that's
that's
the
right.
other
That's
thing.
why everybody's still back home is still fighting, also trying to
But
find
that's why,
gas.
like,
Also,
Growing up in Pensacola, you always have so many big jugs of gas. If you don't use the hurricane, you just put it in the car and let it fill it back up.
Oh,
That's
okay,
the
that's
repeat.
true. That's
It
true.
does dissipate over time, but
Yeah,
you don't use it, put it in your lawnmower. You don't use it, put it in your car.
right.
Always
That's
keep
true.
filling them up.
Oh,
You
I
always
see.
stay ready.
We always
That's why
stay ready.
Punch was like, you're panicking, get all this stuff ready. I'm like, I have all this stuff ready. I stay ready. I'm a hurricane girl.
Well, yeah,
She was
especially
raised
you
that
being
way.
so close to the shore. Yeah, you have to do. Bride said, I was on my generator for 6 hours, and now power cycles on and off a couple times a day. Oh, goodness. Rickwood's here. Hey, said,
Joe.
hello, Horde. It's Friday and time to be at the Heath and Shelley home away from home.
We're not playing today.
Thank you, Joe. And Sean is here and said, hello from my last night on vacation. Well, thanks for spending your last night with us. That's awesome. Troy Cat said, it's been a long week for you. I'm so sorry about that, but thank goodness there was no real damage at your home. Yeah, exactly. I feel very fortunate. Like, I feel silly saying, well, part of the fence is damaged and our pergola cover is damaged. And
I remember when we came home from the first low carb cruise.
no, the second.
It was the second one?
Mhm.
Okay. 2 of the panels got peeled off somehow.
Yeah.
Some storm hit and peeled them off. Well, that time they just rolled up right onto the roof right there. Well, this time we found it in the front yard by the driveway.
Yeah.
They peeled off another one.
So, and that could have been because we kept hearing during the storm, like something banging, like a door. And we kept going outside and looking, and we couldn't figure it out. And I think that was that panel
That makes sense.
hitting against like a wall or something. But
But compared to everybody else and some of the folks in our neighborhood,
yeah,
we
that's
really
why I
got
feel.
off lucky.
I know. I feel like I just feel bad saying, "Oh, well, this happened." Yeah, there's a lot of cleanup of tree branches and limbs and all of that stuff. Like it's scattered all over, And I'm like, I feel bad saying anything because there are people who actually, like one person said the tree fell in her son's room, destroyed his room, all of his clothes, all he had were the clothes he was literally wearing. Because it's all covered in all of the sheetrock and everything else. And that same tree that hit her son's room hit their neighbor's house. Yeah. And so, I just feel like, well, I shouldn't complain because there were people who really lost a lot, y'all. And my neighbor, hers, like her shed flipped over, the tree, her neighbor's tree, not ours, hit her house, but it didn't do damage, which is good, to her actual house, but it did, her shed's destroyed. She lost not only the back fence, but the other neighbor's side fence and part of our fence. So she's really going through it. And I'm like, I'm not going to say, I don't want to complain about anything because I feel like we're very, very, very fortunate.
Yes. And then another fortunate because she's helping us.
I know. I mean, you probably saved us about $300 worth of food.
But the only other thing that ran out of this was I had to get rid of a turkey.
Yeah, but who cares about a turkey?
Well, that's what I was going to say tonight. If I have laundry, I can take some home.
No. So we didn't miss.
Yeah.
They give us free laundry here.
We just, it's right there.
Right
All we
across the
have
road.
to do is just supply the pods.
The turkey.
We just, when we went to HEB last night, we saw they had a package on sale for like $3, so we just grabbed that. It's like 16, but that's plenty. But thank you. And then
First
while I was working today, then he was doing laundry. Yeah.
I usually do the laundry anyways.
Yeah.
You need to take off. I heard that on
Yeah. Well, now they're being quiet. I know, right?
That's what
Oh, look, it said the meat sitter. Hey, yo, Horde, happy Friday.
Finally
Aw.
got to my comment, really.
Yeah, I know. I'm really behind because we were. No. 22Q Cat says she loves the name. Lisa said, love the new handle, Renee. Patty's here. Hey, Patty. She said, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Let's see. Everybody talking back and forth. Oh my gosh, those are adorable. Can you show them on camera?
These are the ones that I showed you off the final Timu way back.
Oh, those are from Timu?
Shelly.
My $7.
And Brian said turkey, no loss.
Right, because he doesn't like any kind of bird.
Brian-
He said all of it's foul.
Brian doesn't like any type of
Foul.
Foul.
But
But I feel the same way, Brian, because I was like, it's a turkey. And I think
we paid maybe $6 for it.
it was either $6 or we got it for free. So I was like, who cares,
Check your
right?
phone, babe, and see.
Oh.
Well, come on. 'Cause what if we got our power back?
Okay.
We discussed it. We have it up.
Oh,
We're going to go
Am I
home.
not looking at you? I'm sorry.
Is he yelling at you?
Yeah.
No, it still says offline.
No.
Okay. We'll keep on. Shauna.
Told me to speak up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because we don't have our microphones on.
Shauna said, I had an amazing time with my brother back at my friend's yesterday. Fly home tomorrow. We'll have a safe flight, Shauna. And then Renee said, did Shelly even see my name? I'm sorry, the meat sitter said that. Brian said, price of fuel for generator versus price of a hotel is about the same if you're comparing a whole house generator. Well, and that's what I was looking at because I was like, okay, because this hotel run, I mean, tonight it's higher because it's a Friday night, right? But generally it's roughly $100 a night. So I was like, if it cost us $10,000 for a whole house generator, that would be roughly 100 nights.
Plus,
Because you think about hurricane season and the freeze.
Right.
we
But
also had to drive 3 hours to get here.
yeah.
And how far was it? An hour and a half to get
Yeah.
to the station?
Yeah. Well, in extreme, but I'm saying like this week,
Yeah.
about $100. Well, tonight's 180. But I was just doing the math, the ROI. Plus, you have to maintenance because Lynette said her maintenance is $300
That's
a
her
year.
paying somebody to come do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I did my own.
Oh, you did?
And even my dad was 65 years old. He was doing his own.
Oh, okay.
Mine
'Cause
was
I
a little
like,
portable, but my dad's whole house thing, he did his own.
oh, okay.
And you can have somebody come do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're a DIY person.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. But I was just like, yeah, the ongoing maintenance and everything. So that's why I was just like,
Yeah, that's your attitude.
And I mean,
It's hard.
it is good if like
Yeah.
you do DIY a couple of years and then have somebody pay come out and do a tune-up or whatever you gotta
Right.
do for like
Yeah.
big stuff.
I mean, I do my own tune-up on my AC, so
Yeah, and your
probably
car.
do it.
Remember
Yeah,
replacing
yeah, I
those
do
stuff?
do it on the car. But yeah, that's why I was just
That's
like,
why I said
well,
can-do attitude.
the other thing is the loss, like, of Heath's pay.
Yes.
So, but it's just, that's a lot of money right now that we don't have.
Right. Well, right now, we can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can put another month aside for that.
Oh, Brian, it's okay. He said, sorry, my house is not dog friendly. No, don't be sorry. Thank
No, I
you.
understand, brother.
No, we understand that. That's, and then somebody had asked, they were like, oh, the neighbor, when I was talking to her on Wednesday, because she was filling me in on everything that was going on, she was like, well, are you taking your dogs? And I'm like, I'm gonna leave my dogs? Like, I was just like,
question. Like are you taking your kids?
I know. I was like,
No.
yes. And she goes, oh, well, aren't they big dogs? And I'm like, well, I mean, they're large. I wouldn't call them big. But I was just like, well, I mean, what would you, like, who would just leave their dog?
Especially 3
How
hours
would they
away
eat
for a week.
everything?
Now, when Hurricane Harvey hit
Uh-huh.
and we lived in Rockport, the house wasn't livable for a while, for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And the only place I was able to get a hotel was in Portland. They were not dog friendly, or pet friendly, period. So the dogs stayed at the house, and I went every day, a couple times a day, back and forth. And so, because we had dogs, cats, tortoises.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they all stayed at the house, and I was going back and forth to Rockport. So I'd go feed them, go for a run, come back, play with them, let them out, do whatever,
Yeah.
and then come again after I took their food. And
Well, how long a drive was that?
from Rockport to Portland, it's like 20.
Oh.
Like the drive I have now, like 23 minutes.
But that would be hard, though, when we're an hour and a half, 3 hours
Yeah.
away.
But
Like, how would you
that's
do
the
that?
only time I would leave my animals home.
Right.
because
Yeah.
I was that close.
Well, when we did have a lot of damage done from when the pipes all bursted from that
I was there
freeze,
for a while. The cats were.
we did leave the cats because the insurance couldn't find for dogs and cats. Like, most are okay with dogs,
That's
but
why
not
you don't
cats.
tell them.
Right. Well, that's true.
Because when I evacuated and I took them all,
Oh,
I had all of those.
and
so
you just didn't tell.
When I evacuated to a hotel in San Diego, Texas,
Oh.
I had dogs, cats, and tortoises. But they only knew I had 2 dogs. Everything else went in the totes, even the tortoises.
Well, like when we were only 20 minutes away, and I was still working from home. I could work from home there because we had Wi-Fi and power, so we just go every day, feed the cats and water them and everything. But otherwise, like I told her, well, we're going to near Corpus. Like, we're going to go travel 3 hours each way every day.
I don't know.
I'm not going
If
to leave
I'm
my
talking
dog.
louder for Shauna, if she can
Oh.
hear me.
Can you hear her, Shauna? Patty said, I think we might need to start a generator fundraiser with how much your power keeps going out. Oh, that's so sweet. My neighbor, another neighbor I was talking to that has the whole one with the pool and everything, she was like, who she went through, she said she did lots of research. We're very similar. And she was like, because her birthday's like 2 days before mine. And she's always talking to me about, she's like, oh, I know you're just like me. And anyways, she was like, I did all kinds of research. She got a generic, and Generac, that's whatever, Generac. And she said, but they worked with her on a payment plan.
Well, yeah, because they want to get that money.
Right, but still, I feel like I just got out of debt. I don't want to get into a huge debt again.
Toyota did it with you too, for your car.
I know, and I almost paid that off. I don't want to do that again. Lynette said, if I could, I would just purchase you a portable generator, but my brand new cedar fence is costing me more than $3,000
Ouch.
cash next week. Oh gosh, Lynette, that is expensive. for a fence. I don't know if we paid that for our full fence or not.
I don't
She
know
says
because
hers
of our,
is cedar.
Oh, is
Well,
cedar?
because also on our fence, we also had the deck and the pergola done. At the
Yeah,
same
we
time.
did it all together.
So, well, I don't remember the itemized on it.
She's trying to say a little better.
Oh, okay, good. Lynette said, my neighborhood was in the eye of the storm. I'm lucky. I only have to replace a fence. Right? Oh my gosh. Brian said, I lost a trampoline. Oh, that sucks.
It should
Well,
disappear.
hopefully it didn't damage anything else, right? Lynette said, yes, it's very expensive, and that's only one wall on my backyard between myself and the neighbor. Oh my gosh. I'm going to keep the other side fence for at least one more year while I continue to save up money. Oh, right? That does seem high to me, though.
Isn't that like one dress fitting?
Right?
For your famous people?
Knock everybody up. This wedding dress will now be an extra $3,000.
And it'll be made out of cedar.
Right? Sharon said, we got some of the winds here in the Ohio Valley.
Wow.
Nothing hurricane straight. Oh, yeah, y'all, it really did that, the aftermaths, because there was a couple Facebook friends that were like, I know we didn't get the hurricane, but we're getting the rain and all from it. They said that was bad.
And see, originally we thought it was going to land here in her backyard. And it said, nope, we're going to come visit you.
Right. Thanks, Renee.
I told you Friday night I had a feeling it was gonna.
I
You jinxed me.
know. Yeah, thanks, Renee.
I love you too.
No, we're just playing. 80s babies here. Hey, said, hey, y'all, how are you?
Howdy. Sorry, I'm probably not on camera, but.
No, you are.
Okay,
I
now I
keep
am.
cleaning in.
Okay.
Lynette said, it will take months for all of the repairs to get done in my giant neighborhood. I feel so bad for everyone without a generator. It's hard to describe the low emotional morale going on right now.
I know, right?
Wow.
Oh, and people are 10 kinds of upset with
Yeah.
Centerpoint.
Yeah, everybody's really mad at Centerpoint. Not the linemen, like the CEO of the
Yeah.
company. And just some other things. There's a judge in our area, Mark Keogh.
I don't remember,
But anyways,
I'm following him on Facebook now.
yeah, he's been really pushing at Centerpoint and talked to the CEO of Centerpoint today.
Our county is Harris County. He's actually a judge in Montgomery County, which is right north of us.
Yeah,
Harris
the
County,
Woodlands, if you've ever heard of that. So he's been really pushing and
Getting on to him.
getting onto them and saying, we demand answers. That they should have been a lot more prepared. But
Yeah, because they knew about it. It was coming just like we did.
now, what was the hurricane me and you went through not too long after we were married? Was it Harvey? Was Harvey 11 years ago?
Is that the one where all the stuff came over from New Orleans?
2017.
Katrina.
Katrina?
No.
There was Rita. There was Ike. Came up to Houston.
I don't
Katrina?
remember.
Katrina
Well, there was one not too long after we were married, so sometime in the last 11 years. And I remember Jersey Village area, like it looked like a war zone for months because, huh?
That's what Rockville was after Harvey.
Right. So you've seen it too, because I remember back at that time, I'd go with Heath sometime on his job, and his job was, of course, cabinets, and we drove through there, and it just looked like these homes were having to be gutted because they all flooded there. So, even worse than trees to me is a flood, because once the water gets in your house, you basically have to rebuild. Like, you have to take everything down to the studs. And it was just the whole subdivision, blocks of them with, 10-foot high piles of debris because they were having to pull out everything to the studs. All kinds of appliances, everything. And it was just along the street there. And I was like, this is awful. And that's why I'm like, I'm not going to say anything about a few fence posts or, the pergola cover going, because, right, or throwing away some food or missing a week of pay, because I'm like,
Over here didn't have
They don't have a lot.
no, they don't.
That's why I shop in Portland.
But yeah, so I was like, that was real destruction because when the house gets flooded, it's awful,
Because
y'all.
like Harvey, our neighborhood was good because in Rockport, you may see some here. We have to be oaks that kind of shake with the wind. And the neighborhood we were in was surrounded by those trees, and there was the country club, there was the golf course side, we were tree side, and so when you couldn't see because all the trees protected, that next day, like you could see everywhere because there was no leaves, but we were protected. But you got outside that neighborhood, and where you saw neighborhoods, there just wasn't. It was just literally just level. There wasn't studs or posts or flooded homes. It just wasn't.
They just got basically swept away.
Gone. And so like there was part by the airport, one through Rockport, those fences that are just like all field when you come in. Those were filled with cows, couches, and you don't see houses for miles out there. But there was stuff all caught that just washed in and pushed. So I mean, there was animals. It was disgusting. It was awful. So,
yeah. So I feel like overall, and this was just a category 1 when it hit. Thankfully, because I mean, really, when you think about it, it wasn't that bad because. I remember growing up Hurricane Alicia, and I believe she was like a 5 when she landed in Galveston. And I was a kid, so I don't remember the full details, but I remember kind of my mom said at one point, I think it's when Ike hit and we were like without power for a week, and she was like, well, it's nothing compared to Alicia because it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Because that was, I think, in the 80s, right? Yeah, it had to be in the 80s if I was a kid.
Was it Katrina right before we got together? The one before?
Katrina was the one that was the massive, like the size of Texas. Was part of Katrina also hit Pensacola, Biloxi.
Yeah.
It was just huge.
Yeah, when Katrina hit, that was before us because where I was working at the time, we had a lot of people who were displaced from Louisiana, came to Houston.
Yes.
And we had a whole bunch of contract workers, and most of them were displaced because of Katrina.
Well, that was the one big job we were doing for when me and my dad had our remodeling company. One of our the lady who used to work for in the office for when the cabinet company hired us for her beach house. We had to go back and fix a bunch of stuff for her there. And that going down and seeing all that stuff on the island, the Galveston.
Oh yeah.
There was trash everywhere.
I know. Yeah, that was bad. Lynette said, but yes, Jesse and I have relatively normal life, at least compared to most of my neighbors. Right. Yeah, you are so fortunate with that. Oh, Miriam. Hey, Miriam. Said, hello, lovelies. How are y'all doing? I miss you. We miss you too. I know. It's great to see you. Yeah. You got an earful. Rickman said, Chili, you're going to have a hurricane fund for future crises. I mean, that's why, I created an emergency fund back in January. I started putting money in it.
We didn't think we'd have to go into it this soon, though.
Right. I was really hoping not to, but oh well. I'm just glad we actually did that and we've gotten it, back. And it's just me. I'm like the type of person that I hate spending that money. Even though, like, I know, well, this is what the purpose of it is. I just hate having to use it. I know. I'm weird. Rickwood said, hugs to Samson and Delilah.
When they wake up here in a minute, I'll tell them.
Oh, Delilah's right here. She's awake. She's like, yes.
He's in and out.
Is he fighting it?
Yeah. He gets up once in a while to come nudge me.
Yeah, it's cold ass though. But they have been like so good, y'all. They really have been really good overall. He tried to run when we visited Renee the first night.
And I went back and looked on my ADT camera. That was entertaining.
Oh.
That's when he took off and I take off running across the grass.
But
one everywhere back in the car.
But it seemed like when I yelled at him, when I yelled his name, it seemed like he came back. Because I've had dogs before, you yell their name and they're gone. They're miles away.
Just him being so dark and my neighborhood's so dark.
Yes, that's scary.
That was scary. And then plus, I didn't know what he would do. I was just like, I was freaking out.
Thank you for going to get me.
Yes, thank you.
I stepped on his leash a couple times and then he looked
Yes.
back like, what the heck, and darted.
I know. He's so strong. He is like strong.
But you got surprised when I just picked him up food in the other day, though.
Yeah, yesterday, because it's hard to leave because they want to be right with me all the time. And so I needed to, go out to get our keys redone today. And he just because he's got a harness on, he just grabbed the harness part and just picked him up like a package, like a suitcase. And I think he was just kind of like, whoa, what's going on?
He's getting used to it.
Yeah.
No, but when we got to this room, the air conditioner wouldn't come on. So
Oh,
if you notice
yeah.
me, I got to call him.
Yes.
Well, it turns out, if you, out of 1x4, there's a box down below. The guy came in, looked at it, goes, okay, I know what it is. He goes, we need to get you a replacement plug. He goes, there's condensation over there, and it shorts it out.
But
So
if
he came
you
and
walk
replaced
over
it.
there, you probably see where it's discolored.
Mm-hmm.
It's wet, so
It's leaking now. So I thought the dogs went to the floor. What
And I was
turns out, that thing's leaking again.
yeah, you can feel it all the
See
way
the gray
to
box down there? That actually comes out. It's just the
Oh, yeah.
floor. You just pull
yeah,
it out
that
and
whole
you get it.
area is wet.
Yes.
And y'all are paying a room or something.
So, yeah, and
I don't want to. Yeah, they're booked solid.
then
I-
we
That's another 100. But when I was
Why are y'all taking them out?
just take the
Right here.
back door over here.
but when I went
And y'all
today,
have cameras and see y'all?
and
We're using the
What-
egg.
yeah, when I went today to get it rechecked, she was like, because I said, oh, I think you have to re-up it, and she was like, oh yeah, she goes, I said, well, hopefully, because I did go ahead and book this hotel for Sunday and Monday night, just in case, because I saw it had a few rooms left, and she was like, she goes, yeah, she goes, I was wondering, because I'd have to come again on Sunday to redo the cards again. And she goes, or if you do get power back, just cancel by Saturday evening and you'll get a refund. And I said, okay, good. And she said, yeah, I couldn't figure out why why we were so booked. And even the owner was like, why are we sold out? Like, what's going on?
So there's more people.
Yeah, she said she checked in today, 7 people for Houston.
Wow.
And then another guy came down and he was like, he goes, yeah, I need the room in a couple more days. We still don't have power. And she's like, well, I don't know if we have anything. So he might be having to leave.
Well, we see
And-
Austin. Go ahead.
And then another guy was coming in. He had like some kind of slip of paper. So I'm guessing something he's doing had the paper. So, and he's like, yeah, I want to see if you have a room. So if the insurance sent him or what. So I don't know.
But before we took off to College Station to get to the hotel, we actually were trying several there near us.
Yeah.
And one of them told us it was a 2-hour wait to see if they had rooms.
Yeah.
Because
Just to see if there's
our area there's no vacancies.
Yeah, on all of Houston, I checked IHG, Hilton, and Marriott because we're members on all 3. None of them, and all outside of the greater Houston, all showed sold out.
And there was 2 of them that they actually did have room for us, but they didn't have power at the hotel.
Yeah, no
So-
power or
I
AC.
told you if they run out, y'all got to go somewhere. Like, we figured out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it worked out though. We got it, but it was just like we had
That
to
was also
travel.
before we talked to you about it.
Yeah.
We were trying all over.
That was on Monday.
Yeah, that was everything first hit.
Yeah, and then the closest we found was College Station, which is like an hour and a half.
She was even looking at well, the casino is in Louisiana. I used to go to.
Coachella?
Lake Charles.
Lake
You're looking at
Charles.
Lake Charles also.
Yeah. Or it would have been, was it Port Arthur?
Yeah, or at Beaumont, I thought you said.
Well, no, what's past Beaumont? Port Arthur?
I think so.
It was Port Arthur was the
I think
closest,
so.
or everything here, like Austin, San Antonio, Corpus, Waco. All of that had openings. But then I saw somebody post yesterday, they said the I-10 out to San Antonio and Austin was backed up, and they said those hotels are already getting sold out too because of all the Houston peeps.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to catch up. Lynette said, and then on top of the heat, it's been storming all day
Yes.
yesterday and today. People are just done Right.
Also,
I'm sure.
I think those storms also put a damper or whatever, slowing down the restoration, bringing the power back.
Did I miss it? It still says offline. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me check the ring real quick. I just want to see. It says offline, but now it's a different picture. Oh, there it is.
You know what? I actually use my phone for everything. Let me check it off the time too.
Yeah, there you go. That might be easier. Yeah, and today is Mary T's birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday!
Happy
Well, what did
birthday,
somebody
Mary.
say? They told her happy belly button day.
Oh, belly button.
Happy belly button day.
Because that's how you get your belly button. That's hilarious. But yeah, people are done in the heat and everything. But I feel like also in
Still shows offline. Still shows 622.
turn your volume down because I think that's the
I keep
echo.
hearing the, but
No,
I didn't
It's
hear
all the
it.
way down.
But I keep hearing reverberation over there. But
Yeah.
I don't hear it on the. I didn't hear it when I was driving.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I don't hear it now though.
Shelly, no, well, you can't hear anything.
What?
But I have to say too that I feel like people also come together. Like this makes a community. Oh,
Just throw it on the floor, Heath. That's good.
you unplugged it all together. That's all right.
Plug you.
Probably.
Not after 9.
But
Don't you start that stuff.
because I've already seen one of the churches that's right near us is already offering, if you need help with debris cleanup, they'll come to your house for free. There was a shelter that's not too far from here. Well, maybe why don't you just close out the camera thing? Maybe that's part of it.
I closed everything. Only thing on here is do not disturb.
Well, let me see it then. I
And
hear
all of a
it.
sudden I got to use
There it is.
Green tea.
Right? Okay. Do you hear it anymore? No. It was still. But I feel like it also shows the strength of a community because I saw not only the church, there was a lodge not too far from us. That's usually where you go to vote. They opened up and had charging stations, water, food supply. That judge in Montgomery County helped organize where there was MREs and water and cold areas and cooling centers. So I think that still shows how a lot of people come together in a crisis. Yeah, we're all done with it, but at least it shows how we all come together as a community too. Oh yeah, Yuma and Chung. There was a lot of places that did get power, like on Tuesday, started opening and just saying, hey, you don't have to buy anything. Just come here, cool off, charge your phones, and do that. So I thought that was really good. Sherry said, hi, Horde. Good to check in on you all and see how it's going. Well, thank you so much, Sherry. That's so nice of you. Lynette.
Sorry. There was also the shaky people, like the day before, or what, Friday? When I was off Friday, they had the city here was giving out free sandbags. There was 4 women, so because we were getting ready, and so I went up to get sandbags, and there was a guy who posted it on the Rockport Facebook group. The sandbags, $10 a piece, not with the sand in them, just the bag, $10 a piece.
Just leave it.
And everybody was like, "What? Are you serious? Like, you can go to Lowe's and buy a pack of them for $10." Like,
Yeah.
He's like, "Nope." He said, "People are gonna need them, $10 a piece."
Sure.
He's like, "I can do it. People will buy them."
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
that's just sad.
Yeah, that is. There's always somebody like that, right? Lynette said, we spend half the day trying to find gasoline or ice for everybody. The banks are closed because they have no electricity and all the ATMs are out of cash.
Oh wow.
Right. Yeah. Every
That's
time
another
we would
problem.
see a gas station, I mean, there was people blocks. Like it just circled way around waiting in line for the gas. And in our Facebook group, a lot of the people will post, and like I saw someone yesterday, they said, hey, I'm at HEB right now. They have bags of ice. If you want me to pick you up some, message me now, and I'll bring it, and and I'll get it and deliver it to you. So, it's definitely been hard, and that's what I've heard. One of the financial channels, they said they always keep, like, I think it was like $1,000 cash on hand, because they said you just never know when there's some type of emergency and you're going to need that cash. And I was like, and I always thought, well, why do I want to keep $1,000 on hand at all time? But now that makes sense.
Nope. He already ate.
He already ate. Do you want some? It's just the beef.
No, I'm just kind of letting if y'all were cooking something.
Oh, and then that's where Sherry did the super sticker for $4. Thank you so much, Sherry. We really appreciate that, y'all. That is so nice of you. Lisa said, I'm cooking dinner for the guys. They wanted pizza, but I decided to make breakfast for dinner. Ooh, I love breakfast for dinner. That's so good.
You tell them about my pizza.
For what?
Oh, no, I haven't yet. Oh, and then there's Rashawn said, Renee. And Lisa said, good evening, Renee. And Sherry said, hi, Renee. She don't like chocolate.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Hi, my name's Renee. I know we just met.
Oh, Shauna said her E got stuck.
Monetize. Her ego got stuck. What?
Her E got stuck. So it had like Renee with like 50 E's. I thought she was just really excited. And then Mom Bear Lynette said, Renee in the house. Coda said, hi, Renee. Miriam said, Renee in real life. Woohoo. And Sean said, Friday night feast with a special live guest. I know. Does it get any better, y'all? And I want to also give a shout out to everyone who has used our Ketochow link and our Redmond link, y'all. That really does help us. Like it really helps with Ketochow is so amazing, y'all, because every month when y'all use our link, we get then paid, usually around the first week of the following month. And it has been like, I'm complaining that he missed a week of work, but we also got the money, like I think it was Monday, from Ketochow, from y'all using our Ketochow affiliate, and that really does help y'all. So thank you so, so much. Thank you to Ketochow for even allowing us to have an affiliate link, because that really has helped us so much. Like, basically, I usually put that money directly into the emergency fund. So that's really helped. And then getting that this week, I'm like, as I was actually doing my budget earlier today, figuring like worst case scenario on Heath's paycheck. And I was like, well, because of the Ketochow affiliate money, then that's going to help, right? We'll have enough to at least pay our bills next week. And it's just a lifesaver. So thank you so much, Ketochow, Miriam, and Chris. And thank you all for using our affiliate link. We really do appreciate y'all. Yes. It's those little things that I'm like so grateful for, right? It just really means a lot. Shauna said, yes, great name.
Huh.
And then Sherry said, the generators down there are expensive. It costs almost as much to hook up as the generators cost. Yeah, that's what I was finding out, is that like not only the price of it, but it is basically double, especially since we have a fully electric house. It was like the generators I've looked at before were about $5,000, but then to get it all switched over for the house would be another $5,000 or $6,000. So that's the main thing.
But cool though.
Huh?
If we end up doing that, and we get the giant propane tank. We could pipe off of that to run the Blackstone. We wouldn't have to buy bottles anymore.
Oh, that's true.
And we just stub off of that. And then.
Yeah, that's true. Because that's what my mom did with her grill. She had it hooked up. She had propane gas lines. Mm-hmm. And so she just hooked her grill directly to that.
Yeah.
But then she had a leak, so then you have to deal with those too.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it is true. And Lynette said my Kohler generator is 3 years old, and I paid $14,800. Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Don't scratch me.
Just Jason, Keto, and more. Hey,
Hey, brother.
Jason said hello, everyone. And she said, Lynette said, but keep in mind, I had 2 small business loans from COVID that never had to get repaid. Wow. And I used that money to pay for the generator, plus it was a tax deduction. Wow. Well, at least that helped, right? And I've been looking at the FEMA because it was considered a national disaster. And I went to FEMA. They don't have it yet up. It's actually disasterassistance.gov, but it's not up there yet. But I did register everything. But it looks like so far it's like if you were displaced because you can't live in your house. We can
There should still be the thing for food loss and all that stuff. It may not be much, but even
yeah,
$200 out of it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'll put it in. But then when I was looking for the unemployment, it said, or disaster employment pay, it said only if you're eligible for unemployment. And I'm like, well, he's not unemployed, and I don't want to apply, and they'll be like, because that always goes to the employer. Hey, do you want us to pay? And I don't want them to be like, oh, why are you trying to get unemployment from, his job when you're not unemployed? You know what I mean?
So you couldn't bring your equipment here?
I asked. They said no.
They only allow, and I was talking to my boss about this too today, because it's a direct secure line. And my boss was like, yeah, that's fine. I work for a bank, y'all. I work for a bank. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Hey, if you've got a secure line, this is good.
Not even that, because you're on Wi-Fi. I can't do Wi-Fi.
Right.
I have to line in.
Right.
And your laptop doesn't have a line in.
Right. It is Wi-Fi. But his job, they said, no, it's a security thing. You can only do it from your address.
Top secret who's buying a 12-foot skeleton?
I think why. It's because of all their vendors and stuff they work with, the people who process the payments and stuff is what requires that. Because they said during training that it was a federal law or something like that. I'm like, doesn't make any sense because she works for a bank.
Mm-hmm. But I think, because he already asked his boss, like, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, he was like, hey, we got a hotel and they have, a direct line. Can I do that? And he said, no, you're only approved for your home address.
In fact, if I move, even if I'm to move across the street, I have to get approval first before I can start working again.
Yeah. So they're real particular.
Yeah.
But my bank is not.
They specifically gave her a laptop so she can work remotely, is what they told her.
Yeah, so if you need to, I know Lakin, she goes to her boyfriend's quite a bit, so she'll just take her laptop. Rickwood said, Shelly, you should have at least a generator that could keep your freezers and fridge going. So, yeah.
The only problem with that is we have 2 refrigerators and a freezer.
Yeah.
But we could just
get one.
Still. The one I had, because you can get basic ones that just have, lights, the lower power.
Yeah, I know that. We used to have one for the remodeling company.
Like, I tried the vacuum cleaner. Like, nope.
Uh-huh.
But this one, it had all that. And I would switch it from running the freezer and stuff just enough to do the laundry, then put it back.
Oh, okay.
So, you can get whatever to make it.
Yeah.
You could still live in the house. You might have to adjust some things and run this and then run that.
Have lights in this room only or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it would be doable. Because I know the gas ones you have to keep outside.
Yes.
And because some people, the judge thing, put out a warning because people are bringing them in their house.
Yes, there was this chick filming herself with her Blackstone in her living room.
Natural selection right there.
But I was like, well, the way our house is configured, I think it would be easy to have a gas generator outside.
And I had lines everywhere, like put it in the back door, if you put it in the garage, you have to have the garage door open.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I've lived in all kinds of places and
never. Okay. Well, I'll probably
we used to have a big one, like I said, for the remodeling company.
Oh.
But we sold it.
Well, and you have so many extension cords.
Yes.
Like, I'm telling y'all. I've never been with somebody who had like 5 million extension cords, but he does. Because I'll be like, oh, what are we going to do? And he's like,
I know much too.
he's like, oh, I'll just get the extension cord.
Hey,
I'm like, how do you have so many?
You forget, you also have a bunch yourself. They're all just wrapped up in that one tote that you have for Christmas.
Oh. What do I know?
It's your tote. What do you mean, what do you know?
I don't know what's in there.
You've had that tote longer than you've had me.
How is that possible? Lynette said some of the portable generators are very nice.
Yes.
They're only a few $100s. Some run on gasoline and others on propane. I don't really care for the ones on gasoline because they are dangerous.
That can be.
I mean, if you don't do things the right way, yes.
Oh.
That's why I like the ones people don't use properly or.
Yeah.
Yeah, because somebody was given instructions in our Facebook group. He's like, hey, since we're hitting most generators at 100 hours, you have to do an oil change and a couple other things. And they're like, so if you don't have power at this time on Friday, make sure you know. And he like listed, hey, here's the steps you need to take. Here's my phone number if you have any questions on how to do it. I thought that was nice. Somebody that's like, hey, I know how to do this. Yeah. And you know, not charging for it. Like he's like, no, just call me. He'd rather people be safe than take a chance on it. Yeah. Jason said, we have a generator big enough to run the freezer and some lights. Oh, that's good. So that's probably what we need to look into.
Because that's what I'm thinking, too, Bear. We can have them come out and just give us a quote.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell them we want for the whole house, give us a price for that, and then you give us a price for running X, Y, and Z. We have like 2 or 3 different quotes from them.
Is it one certain company, or does he have multiple company products?
They have the Generac sells different sizes.
Oh, but it's Generac. He doesn't use like.
Right.
I know mine wasn't Generac. I forget what brand it was, but my dad was really
Huh. I don't know that. But we'll have to do some research on that too.
My dad was very knowledgeable as far as like that kind of stuff. He helped me buy that first one.
Right.
Oh, okay. Because when I
Once
follow,
you see the name, you'll remember too, right?
There's the one channel I follow, I can't remember their name. It's a frugal channel, and they have a code for some, and because they live in Illinois, so they get it with the winters. And yeah, they say it's enough to run like their heater and like 2 or 3 things. But when I followed their link, I was like $600. I was like $600. Yeah. Sean said Penelope was watching out for y'all and the house. Exactly. I did go out there. Y'all probably think it's funny, but I did go out there after the storm, and I was like, "Thank you, Penelope. Thank you." She was guarding everything. She was like there, like, "Hey."
This tree ain't going down.
Right. Brenda said, long wild week. I'm struggling to stay awake, but feeling mighty fine. Aw. Well, thank you for being here, Brenda. We so appreciate you. Patty said, we won't be without a portable generator ever again. You can have an electrician hook them to your house also. They don't come on automatically, but a much cheaper option. Okay.
That's an idea too.
Well, and that's something maybe you can also talk to Brian about, because he has one and maybe he knows.
Because remember before we got the hotel room the first time, remember I told you we could go do that. We'll have just enough to run your machine and like a little fan or whatever in the bedroom.
Right.
And we could just set it up in the backyard right there and run the cookie board in.
Well, yeah.
John's deck would go to the kitchen and the bedroom.
Right. Yeah, that's why I think our house is really designed well.
Everything y'all need
is right there.
Is like that L shape.
Yeah. So it would be good. 22 Cat said, glad to hear Renee had nothing really bad happen.
I lost the box.
I love the way you wrote that up too. That was a beautiful.
That poor box.
I about died when she said she was only like 1.5 miles from the coast.
I know, that's scary.
I know. Yeah. Have y'all gone down to the water?
No, but it looked like back behind here, it looked like I saw some boats, and I was like, is there a waterway right here? Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's all dry dock right there.
You can take, there's another road right here that you can take to Port Aransas, which is when they first said they were coming, they said, yeah, there's a hotel in Port Aransas. How far is that? I'm like, well, that's like probably about 30 minutes. They're like, wait a minute, it's Aransas. I'm like, well, I live in Aransas Pass. Oh, yeah, that's it. I'm like, well.
Too many Aransas.
I know. And then this is Aransas County, but I'm not in Aransas County. I'm a different San Patricio. So it's all weird. But, yeah, there's a big bridge that goes to Port Aransas and then South Padre, the big island where all the tourists go.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, and then there's a little inlet here that people go and fish and la-di-da homes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just like, goodness. Yeah, I didn't, when you're just looking, you're like, what is that? Brenda said, I sleep from about 7 p.m. until 2:30 a.m., 7.5 hours. Wow. Well, we're really cutting into that time, aren't we? And Lynette said, don't worry about that turkey. In 3 more months, they'll start being on sale again. Right. Right. That's why Heath was like, I felt like Heath hated throwing it away.
Yes, because it's the idea of throwing away bothered me. Because, okay, here's the problem. Main thing is, I had everything planned. Tuesday morning, I was going to get up and start smoking that turkey. And we had plans for yesterday with that turkey. That got kibosh also. Because we were not going to that wedding. I was actually going to hand that in because y'all heard us talking that last week or so about the potluck wedding. That was supposed to be yesterday.
Bye, Mary T.
We didn't attend that wedding, but that was what that turkey was for. I was supposed to deliver to them. That was my potluck offering.
Right.
So you could still cook it and make it for the dogs.
No, I couldn't. I can't cook it because my pellet smoker has to use electricity. I didn't have electricity.
You don't have propane in your black stove?
I can't cook a turkey on the black stove.
I mean, I'm sure you could in a jungle, right?
Where are we getting this done?
Well, instead, what I could have done, actually, what I do is I have the turkey cooker I've used before, but we weren't there.
Well, we would have had to stay there for a couple more hours.
But it takes 5 6 hours.
And honestly, I feel like because he put it, if anybody wanted it for free, when I touched that turkey, it wasn't cold. Let's say that. And I wouldn't say it was even cool. It was between cool and warm.
Like almost room temp.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't think this is good.
I'm sure there's probably some buzzards. Just throw it outside.
Well, that's what he did.
Yeah. When in doubt, throw it out.
I was just checking in the group. Somebody just responded to me, and they said they're on the cul-de-sac side of this way, and there's no power yet.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna do any good to leave until tomorrow.
Right.
We're here for the night.
I'm just checking to see if anybody said.
What time is your thing tomorrow, Renee?
It's in the morning.
It's
okay. Here, one of our neighbors that I grew up with, one of my friends, her sister lives just like 4 houses down. They said no power yet.
Yeah.
And that was 15 minutes ago.
15 or 50?
50. Yeah.
So
no power yet.
I have walk with the dogs at 9 and then stroke support group after that. I don't know how long that's in.
Well, you give us a key. Because I'm thinking is we pack up here, grab our stuff, and get out. If our stuff's on.
Yeah, it probably won't be.
Show everybody who you are.
Just because you want us to hang out tomorrow night, that's why.
At least tomorrow.
Huh?
Because at least tomorrow when I'm off.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
Like they've been here and I saw them, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because I'm like, they came over after I got off work and I'm still in my scrubs. I don't
We're
eat
hurting her
until I shower, and I don't shower until after I've worked out. So they hung out and left probably about 10. So at 10, I went and got my workout still, and then I showered, and then I ate. Yeah, it's fine. But then they're here. They're right in my town, 5 minutes from my house, and I'm going to work. I feel bad because I debated calling in sick. I really did.
Aww.
But I have
stuff. Well, what it is with her too, she is very hands-on with her patients.
Yeah.
She builds relationships with them. Tell them about what that one told you about the...
Let me read one comment. Lynette said, your Nest may not work because it probably runs with Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi is not working in Houston, so you actually may have electricity. So the neighbors that have generators say their internet is working.
But every other time we've lost energy, we've lost power, we've always checked it through our Ring camera, and it always worked. Yeah. It's always how we checked it.
Because y'all were in the car last time, and you were like, it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharon, exactly. She says, once power's back on, in a few months, you'll be able to find people selling generators for cheap.
That's true too.
Yeah, because honestly, that was the other thing is I felt like if we buy a generator next week, it's going to be hiked up prices because everybody's like paranoid.
Hurricane season.
Yeah.
What? Right.
Too.
So if we could get through the rest of hurricane season and like November, December, they'll probably be real cheap.
The only problem with that too is we have to make sure they actually took care of it. Not just a piece of junk, they tore it up.
Oh, right. But I'm saying, no, even brand new, they're going to be jacked up prices.
Yes, because they can.
So tell them about one of your patients. Y'all, this is so nice.
I almost cried over that too.
I have patients, and right now, like I'm now over the stroke program, and we have teams of like 4 to 5 patients each team, and 3 out of the 5 patients I have right now are strokes. So that being said, our stroke patients are there 20 days versus our normal stay is 10 to 14. So I build a longer relationship with these guys. I'm spending 90 minutes or more per day with them. And so I have this guy, I've had him 20 days now.
Wow.
And he can be a jerk. He's been combative with nurses. He threatened to punch one and fell on the floor, knocked his head. That's why I say his cognitive status is kind of off when he said this. Because he did fall. Then he threatened to punch a nurse and she let go of him and he fell back and knocked his head.
Oh my gosh.
I had a head injury on top of the stroke. So, which he's been combative with other people, but I think it's more their approach with him. But he's always super sweet with me. He's kind of quiet, can't see. And some people say he's rude. Always been nice. And I ask him to do hard things, balancing things, scary things. And you got to trust somebody that you can't really see or don't even know.
Right.
So I converse with them about stuff and, just making talk during our session and talking about my friends are coming and telling them the situation. And that was Tuesday. And then Wednesday, my friends are here and they still haven't got power. And he says, well, and he lives, the hospital I work at is in Corpus Christi. So he lives in George West. And George West is like, what'd y'all say, an hour and a half from here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think because my ex was working there for a while, living here, so I think where he was like 2 hours. But he lives in George West, but he's in our hospital because that area, surrounding areas don't have something as big as our neuro hospital. And so he's like, well, he said, you can tell your friends if they want, they can borrow my generator. And I'm like, okay, one, your generator's in George West, and that's so sweet.
Yes.
But you're here, your generator's there. His ex-wife is coming to the hospital to help take care of him. So he has nobody, and I'm like, that's so sweet. He's like, well, just let them know if they need it. I got the generator, and I'm like, I'll let him know. Because it was very sweet, because he was just like, he's not very sweet with anyone. But, I mean,
he's generous with you.
His therapist, my OT partner, and myself, like, we spend more time with these people. So it was just super sweet that he said that. So, yeah.
That was so sweet. Thank you. Yeah. And at least a positive, I feel like, we got to finally see your house.
Yeah. And he loved my stairs.
Oh, yeah. He was talking about that earlier. He was like, dang, her stairs. But her house is so cute, y'all. I love it because it's so, what's the word, eclectic? It's just, like you showed us the, what would it be? The scary room or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
The little closet that had the help on it.
Yeah, my little, I don't know. I posted pictures.
Yeah.
Right? Did I post pictures in the horde?
Yes.
I think so. On that.
It's that little door thing that opens and it's carved help on the wood inside.
Yes, so, that was cool. And I got to see, have you named the woman?
I haven't named her yet. But I also haven't named my gargoyle because I have a friend who's very into that. She said, usually they'll tell you their name.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm like, okay. So, and
That's what Penelope did.
And what, right, Penelope actually told Lynette, and then she told us. So now we know. So yes, she's got the gargoyle, y'all. Super jelly.
I have a couple of cool things that were big purchases, like you. I hate to spend that money, but this is stuff I haven't decorated my house whatsoever. There's nothing on my walls. Y'all, ask Shelly. The only thing up there was the thing Shauna gave me that is above my ABC panel for my home established thing that she made me. So.
Well, like I told you, you can't have your stuff at somebody else's house, so you had to go get it.
But I liked it because it was so sweet. Because you're like, look, Shauna gave me this, you gave me that. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. The stair things that Shauna got you.
Yeah.
Because Shauna, look what she did.
I know. So a huge shout out. Shauna, thank you so very much. She just sent us some money in Venmo. I don't know if you want me to say how much, but thank you so much, Shauna. That is so, y'all really, that is so nice. And then I also saw that Rick bought us some coffees with the Buy Me a Coffee link. Thank you so much, y'all. Just playing our channel because somebody else had messaged and said, what help can we do? And I said, look, I posted a link in our Facebook group and said, you just follow this link and just watch our videos. Just getting that view time, that really helps the channel too. So please don't feel like you need to send us money or anything. Just doing that, watching our videos, commenting. I've seen so many of you leaving comments and giving thumbs up on videos. And that it means the world to us, y'all. Thank you so, so much. Thank you again, Shauna and Rickwin. And then, oh my gosh, Sherry.
What'd she do?
She sent us $19.99. She said, so thankful y'all are safe.
Aww. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherry. It'll pop up here in a few minutes, but thank you for doing that. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Why do y'all want to make me cry?
I can make you cry anytime.
I'm going to step on you.
No, she'll just take the foot and
have to catch me first.
And take your shoe off and then start. Patty said, I've had the channel running since yesterday on a tab on mute. I have no idea when it stopped, but I just looked and it's on a video from 2 years ago. I restarted it. Thank you so much, Patty. That really, honestly, y'all, that really does help our channel. So don't feel like you need to send us money. If you could do something like that, that really, really helps us. And we so appreciate you, especially since this week, I didn't get to put out the warden report. And usually on Monday, we try to get a video out. We did get one out because it was already scheduled this past Monday. But how are we going to do one for this coming Monday?
The last couple of days, I've been looking at trying to edit one, but it's been too much.
Oh.
We have 5 or 6 we need to edit and put out.
Oh, but you just, yeah, it's hard.
Because I wasn't looking at them.
Who's yelling at me?
Sam, thinks that, I guess, what are you, like a sister or something? And he wants to play with her. And he's always quiet with me, but today, or with Renee.
He rarely barks.
Yeah.
Until she comes around.
And he's like,
you make my dog noisy.
Well, because at the house the other night, I was scratching his ears, and he got real quiet, and then all of a sudden, bark! He barks, I just let it out. He's like, you talking about me?
So cute. Lynette said, it'd be 2 wedding dresses to pay for my fence. Okay. Well, these ladies need to get married, right? So you can do their dresses.
And the wedding party, too.
Yes.
Sean just did it, too.
What?
Sean! Thank you, sir.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much, Sean and Michelle. Y'all are amazing.
You know what he's doing,
y'all.
Right? He's putting a down payment on dinner or whatever when we meet him on the road trip.
I know. I can't wait for the road trip. Sherry said Hurricane Harvey was in 2017. Okay. So, I'm just trying. So that was 8 years ago. That must have been the one that flooded the, what's it called again? Not Village People, but what's it? I said it earlier.
Jersey Village.
Jersey Village. Yes, thank you, Sherry. Yeah, it was probably that one.
Because that's like anybody around this area, you ask them what year, it's like 2017. Like, it's stuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it was such a bad one. Because I think with Harvey, that was the one that just sat, right?
Yeah.
That's what made it so bad.
The other dates I remember is Hurricane Ivan 2004. Ivan was the hurricane that hit Pensacola, went up around the Carolinas, went back into the water, around the coast of Florida, came back, and then it's the second time.
I'm not done with you.
It was like a joke. And that's why they had little memes, like Florida's like a gun, and they had these little memes that had the tail coming up, like, no, like, don't hit me again. Because it did. It went up through the Carolinas, came back, and hit Pensacola a second time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's rough. You've been through some shit.
Right?
Because it was a 4 the first time, but it actually broke the gauges on the Pensacola Naval Air Station at 186 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh.
So that's they said it was a 4, but when the gauges broke at the NAS,
oh,
so
so
they
you
were
don't
like,
know.
no, it was more, because that's more than a 4. That's 5.
Well, so you were like, you know what? I'm tired of being here in Florida with all these hurricanes. I moved to Texas.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring Harvey with me.
Oh, thanks.
Because everybody said, we haven't had a bad one like that since you got here. Until you got here.
Wow.
I brought it.
I mean, and then you made this one go to us.
Well, I want to share.
You were like, I don't want to bolt my windows and put screws in my walls, so I'm just going to send it to Houston.
Because you go down my street, like, most of the houses on my street, they're all boarded up. And I waited, and I'm like, I'm just not going to do it. I just have this feeling. I'm like, and I'm the only one that's not boarded.
Well, that coffee shop, every time we go to it, we pass that one with the driftwood and the tire shop. I'm like, that's the one she was talking about. We see the daylight, and I'm like, oh, he really just like, it looks like everything just blew right there.
Yeah, it looks like this guy's selling driftwood, and he has all these things sticking up, and it looks like a moat of protection. Like if somebody were to cross over, they'd be impaled. Because there's it's a lot. I thought it was. But you get to walk in the back. I always wondered, what does the back look like?
Yeah.
It's fenced. They sell tires, but the uncle or the grandpa or something works back there making driftwood art. And so this tire shop, and they have tires in the lot behind it, but then you start to walk in this maze of all the driftwood standing up. So you see it from the street. That's what's standing up. And there's like teepees made out of driftwood, and he's got all his art back there.
Because when you pass it, I wouldn't think that's a tire shop. I only know because of their handwritten sign that says tire shop.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not really. They sell tires and they fix cars, but they're the druggies that live across from me.
Shauna said, I managed to leave Napa and California heat advisory, and several wildfires for Washington State's heat wave, which was much more tolerable comparably. And I feel like a lot of you have had some, like y'all get the heat wave up in Oregon and everything. Like everybody's really having crazy weather this
California
year.
with the fires, because I had a friend that lost her cabin.
Oh no.
She's one of my Greyhound friends. They had just bought this cabin and redid it up there. And they got word everything was demolished, and she made a little video, because she also had it as an Airbnb when they weren't there.
Oh
and all these people that made these videos when they were there, people that proposed there.
Aww.
I'll have to send you a copy, because she put it on Facebook, and it was very sad. Like, just so many people losing so much stuff, and here we are, like, oh, my fence is down. Like,
right. I know, that's why I felt bad saying anything, and like his job, they were asking things, and I'm like, well, we really don't have like laws, and
that's pretty cool. They did send me sent me a text message to check on me too, though.
Well, that was good. Yeah.
My boss did when I was out for surgery. She didn't check on me at all, other than the day before. You coming back? You got your clearance letter?
Wow.
That was my new director.
Oh, the shitty. Yeah. Sherry said Hurricane Harvey hit the Middle Texas coast as a Category 4 in August 2017 and reached Houston as a stagnant tropical storm with modest wind, but with the heaviest rainfall ever recorded in the U.S. Oh, inundating the city with over 50 inches of precipitation. I didn't know the details, Sherry, but wow.
Right after Harvey, there was another system behind it, so it was already saturated. And then that other system came through, and I think, is that when Hart or Houston had they showed the mall with the escalators and everything was underwater?
Probably.
The Galleria.
Yeah, it's like that. No, I don't think it was Gallery. I think it was like Memorial, or I forget the name of it.
Because I was looking at pictures of the mall being like all water.
Yeah. Well, it's all near the Jersey Village area, because I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I sort of remember like we got a lot of rain where we were at, but like the Jersey Village, all that area, because we used to be deemed as a floodplain, but they were able to get approval to build there, and they shouldn't build. And they were like, oh, what are the chances, right? And that's why all of those homes were completely like up to the second floors and stuff. And that's why they had to do all of that. It's awful. Island Bunny, and here's someone who's gone through it too. She goes, I'm so happy to see that you and Heath are well after the bad weather. Hurricanes and typhoons are probably equally terrible. Yes, half the day. Yeah, because Zenobia, you've gone through some massive storms as well.
Luckily, we never had to deal with the typhoon.
Right, but I think that's what hit you, right? She said, half a day, everyone.
We miss you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Mary T said, hi, all. Just popping in to say hi.
Happy birthday, Mary T.
You off a little to my buddies that are here. Hey, but I know she already left. And then Lynette said, the time for me to put Jesse to bed. Have a pleasant weekend, everyone. You too, Lynette. Thank you so much. Oh no!
That's why I keep like moving.
Well, you usually do that.
Yeah, you're
I'm usually fidgeting, but I fold my hands.
Because that's how y'all are alike. You both like to fidget.
Oh yeah,
but how'd you pull your hamstring?
Well, you were reading.
Oh, okay. Well, you can say now if you want.
You have the floor, madame.
Everybody say good night, and the Mary T said, "Thanks all. I'm getting old now, but not as old as I was 20 years ago." Exactly. You poor things must just be awful. We are cooking here at 100 degrees. Oh, yeah. It's definitely got warm.
And now that we've had all the rain, like
it's
the last time y'all came to Rockport to visit.
Yes.
What would happen then? When y'all stayed at that house in Lamar? Every time we open the door?
Oh, the 5 million mosquitoes.
That's what's coming now.
All right. The unofficial state bird.
That is true.
I opened the door this morning to let the dogs out, and there was one, I kid you not, like the size of my fingernail. And I took my shoe and went, and there was blood splatter on the house.
Ugh.
You just eat.
Yeah, that's right. That's the other thing too that I was telling Heath because they're saying everybody. I told Heath, I said, I don't think we're really good at adulting because like Monday afternoon, once the storm had passed, there were so many neighbors out there picking up all of the tree limbs out of their yard. All the little branches, they're filling up their thing or making a place on their corner where they were piling up all of the.
Well, won't y'all get a warning if it's not cleaned up?
Nope.
Well, yeah, we will.
6 months later.
No, no, not ours. They will say it right away. But it's mostly our backyard. But I'm saying I would have waited a day or two. Like I figure if we go home tomorrow, I might do it. But like they were out there and they're making piles, right? And they're saying the pile of debris and all the trees, they probably won't pick up until Monday or Tuesday next week. I'm like, so now everybody's got these tall 4-foot, big old corners, like the size of that bed, of all of the tree limbs and everything piled up. I'm like, isn't that going to have a lot of bugs?
And rats.
That's what I said.
And
it was like
black widows and
black widows.
well, that's why they go to wood piles.
See?
Black widows, brown recluses.
See, that's why ours isn't piled up. I'm protecting you.
But I was like, ooh, and then the mosquitoes, because like our backyard is like a swamp. I hope they spray soon, but they're probably not because
They've been going through our city regularly.
Well, they have been prior to the storm, but I'm saying it's like right after there's a bad storm, it seems like it takes them a couple weeks before they come by. I'm like, by that time,
most of the workers that are doing that were were probably out of town too, and you gotta wait for them to come back.
That we're doing what?
Spraying.
No, that's part of a routine maintenance.
I understand that. You're talking about the trucks that come out and spray.
Yeah.
Okay, the guys that drive those trucks, stock those trucks, also left because of the storm.
Oh,
So
I
we're
see
waiting
what
for
you
them
mean.
to come back so
Yeah,
they can
yeah.
drive them.
Right. Shauna said, man, I'd sure love to be hanging out in that hotel room with those
Plane,
keys.
come on.
I know. What, Shauna, I know you said it's your last night for vacation. So what you do is just change your flight from going back to Napa to going to Corpus. And then you can be with us tomorrow.
Airport Corpus.
Yeah.
It's a international.
Oh, okay. I've never flown there, so I didn't know.
Well, yeah, because we flew. That's where we started. I feel like when we moved to Saudi, we went to Corpus.
Okay. Shauna's been a member for 28 months.
Corpus? From here, I work in Corpus.
Okay.
It's like, to my work, it's 25 minutes or less. To the airport-ish, maybe 45 tops.
Shauna has been a member for 28 months.
Awesome.
And she said, love to you guys sending
you.
extra emergency money to help out through Venmo. Thank you again,
thank you.
Shauna. That was so
Thank
sweet of
you.
you. And she also, y'all, when we were at College Station, I said, oh, at least it's a college town, so they have like literally 4 or 5 Dutch bros right there.
Yeah, Sean, you believe where we're at now? I don't have a Dutch.
There's no Dutch here.
He asked me, do y'all have Dutch bros? I'm like, really?
We don't even have full HEB.
Yeah, our HEB doesn't even have a seafood counter here.
But, right? And
They do have a sushi section, though. That's weird.
Well, because they let us made behind, or they just.
yeah, it is. But Shauna also, shout out, she sent us some Dutch money while we were in College Station.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we were hitting Dutch every day because it was only a mile from our hotel to
If we left
the
the house,
closest
we're going to
Dutch. I know.
We do have a Starbucks in Aransas, but I don't like Starbucks. There's a lot
I
of.
like the addiction better.
The Starbucks is up by Lowe's.
Oh,
I don't like the other word either.
Whataburger. Behind Whataburger.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know. I had one of their Olitos not too long ago where they make it with olive oil
Where
at Starbucks.
I haven't been there, and I can't even remember when the last time I've been to Starbucks.
Oh, my
In fact, I think we're going to go to the addiction again tomorrow.
Mary T said, I just used your link last week and went to the Washington State to pick it up today. Oh, use birthday cake for my cake. Thank you so much, Mary T.
In fact, when we went
We
over there,
appreciate
like,
that.
I was here yesterday.
And Mary T said, okay, guys, gotta go.
Alrighty.
Got ribs in the Instant Pot and company I'm ignoring. Laugh out loud. Maybe see you Sunday. Thank
Alright,
you, Mary
thank
T.
you.
I hope you had a wonderful birthday.
I think she's outside. She's dancing.
Okay, do y'all want to take them? Yeah.
I gotta go home and let my dogs out too.
Right?
Well, y'all want to call it then?
Well, let me get caught up on comments real quick.
Wait just a minute, baby.
22 Cat said, oh, that was sweetest offer ever. There are nice people in this world. There really are. There really are great people. Sherry said, glad to see the live tonight. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
And there's where she sent us the super chat of $19.99. Saying, so thankful y'all are safe. Me too. I feel like every day I feel so fortunate. Sean said, we're having a great wave right now.
That's Delilah bumping her.
Every day for the next week is going to be up over 100 with the heat index. Oh my gosh, they're having a heat wave. Oh my gosh, Sean. Well, try to stay cool. I'm high heat. Sean has said, going soon. We are getting ready to make some dinner. Ooh, I hope you have a great dinner. I bet it'll be delicious. And Sean said, okay, never mind. She won't let me help. I'm on vacay.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome, Shauna. Yeah, everybody wishing a safe trip. And the 22 Cat said, oh, wait, never mind, Shauna, you're still here. And then Shauna said, at least the coffee money or universal spin for caffeine anywhere. Laugh out loud. Exactly. Coffee money is the best, y'all. Okay, so if you have any last questions, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to call it here. I see a couple comments and then I'm done. Sean said, the really weird thing is I haven't seen any of the donation trucks for Houston at Walmart or Sam's.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And they just not set it up yet? Oh, gosh. Well, thank y'all so much again. And again, a huge shout out to Sherry, Rickwin, Shauna, and Sherry W. We had two Sherrys. Sherry R and Sherry W. Thank y'all so much for all of that. And Sean and Michelle, y'all are amazing. And thank you to Renee for saving our food. Like, honestly, saving the dog food, y'all.
On the meat soup.
I know, but thank you for doing that. Because, like, honestly, that when you were like, okay, yeah, I'm making space, I was like, oh, it was just such a relief because I was like, okay, good. I'm not going to lose all of the dog's food because otherwise, a pickup for more dogs' food, they only do it once a month.
Dude, I would have taken my food out because I know that stuff's expensive. Like, I can cook my food and batch it, and I can even cook it, batch it, and freeze it for meal prep if I need it.
Right.
So rather than you losing all that, because those logs are, I'm surprised that all of the stuff that you brought did fit, honestly. I didn't know what all you were going to
that
have.
freezer.
But, like, I have a pull-out freezer on the bottom, and so it's got the bottom drawer part, which is like that, and then there's a wire rack that pulls out. And I had stuff, and I was planning a Sam's trip this weekend, so my freezer's kind of, I eat it down, then I'll go every couple of months back to Sam's and buy my big 10-pound log of ground beef and whatever. So I had stuff scattered, and I was like, well, let me cram stuff and pile it in the top rack. And then I figured out, like, through some wrestling, that the middle section came out, so I could make that whole bottom drawer just open. And because in my mind, I was thinking like the 10-pound logs of ground beef, like y'all's dog food. So I was trying to think of how it could go long ways. So I was like, okay, I gotta pull this thing out so they can get that in there, but they fit this way, so we got lots more stuff. And it was kind of like some meat Jenga.
It really was.
We did it.
We'll show you this freezer, and you could be like,
You got more meat Jenga in there?
yeah, and more dog food in there. That's how much dog food we had. Yeah,
We got another one
that's
that's secret out on, so we can film tomorrow.
Shauna said, have a great night, everyone.
You
Stay
too.
safe in Texas and everywhere.
Thank
Yes.
you, Shauna.
Thank you, Shauna.
You too.
Sean said, I kind of want to start singing We Are Family.
Right.
That's right. I love
You
that.
know what, Sean? I was thinking about the other day when we were doing our music talk. We forgot about Thin Lizzy. I heard them come on the radio the other day. I was like, man, we didn't talk about them the
I
other day.
thought Sean said it.
I don't
Then
remember.
Lizzie? I don't
Sean,
know.
tell me. I thought you said it last week.
Then Lizzie? Toy TQ Cat said, hope you make it back home soon. Me too.
My
Man,
bad,
me
Miss.
too. I
That's
know.
why, see, but I've been fighting her. She wanted to leave tonight. I said, no, we need to hang around. So we got to hang out with Renee.
Right.
Where y'all gonna go?
Well, I was like, if the power's back on, maybe after the live we pack up and leave,
Yeah,
then you could work tomorrow. I was just thinking for him to work.
yeah. And I
But-
get that, but
But no.
like if y'all were talking about leaving just to leave and go to another hotel. Like,
Oh, no, not that. Oh, and Sean said, I love Thin Lizzy.
Yes.
The boys are back in town.
But I thought he mentioned that name last weekend. That's why I thought.
Oh,
Favorite song of them actually is a cowboy song.
what's that song?
I'll play it for the money because I'm not going to sing it. They don't deserve that. I think better of y'all than to sing for you. I can't carry a tune in a bucket.
I've heard him sing. I think he carries
You
good.
say that every time somebody has a birthday. And you send them, this is your birthday song.
That's what I
It's
do.
not very long. Because did somebody post that recently? They were like, it was fun, but it was really short.
Yeah. I
They're
bet your
like-
wife says that. That's what they told me.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. We love y'all.
Thank
so
you.
glad we got to talk to everybody tonight and check in. And we can't wait to talk to y'all some more. That'll be appropriate soon. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful night. Bye. We love you. Thank you again. Heath, wave.
Hey. Bye.